Well, welcome back to another Friday night disaster report on a Saturday afternoon, I guess it is. So we haven't got one of these up in a few weeks, 3 weeks anyways. Had a bit of stuff going on. Well, we had 2 more weeks of winter, and first week it blew about 70 kilometers an hour, about 24 hours a day, and of course right out of the west, which is right into the shop doors, so that was good fun. And then it got cold again, down -5 at night and +5 during the day. Been like that for about 2 weeks. We ended up 6 inches of snow the other morning, and it's still not warmed up. It's not supposed to warm up till next Wednesday. So yeah, winter just won't let go this year. It gets a little bit warmer, but not that much. But anyways, the shop hasn't been terrifically busy. Been doing a few things, and anyways, we'll take you on a little tour, show you some of the stuff we've been working on, and where we're at, and some of our new treasures. So over here, for the long-time viewers, they will remember that we had to cut the gear a year or so ago on the new crossfeed shaft for the little south bend lathe, and we had made up this new shaft, and the gear's got to go on there. So a couple weeks ago we found on eBay down, I think, come out of Florida, we found the right dividing head plate finally. It's the number 2 plate, goes from 21 to 33 holes, I think, and 21 is the one we need. Oh, there's Tom, and Tom got de-tommed here a couple of weeks ago, so he's getting over that. But anyways, we got that, so now we can go to work on this gear that we've been wanting to do. But to get that done, of course, we have to go back to work on our footstock for the dividing head for support. So these pieces, you'll remember we shaped them on the shaper a year ago, last winter. So we went to work and lined up and drilled 2 holes, put socket head bolts in, and countersunk them so they're down just under flush. And then we drilled the holes centered up on the block so it's all nice and square. Then we put that back in the vise, and we milled 9/16 slots in either end here for clamping it down, and a 3/8 slot in the center for an alignment block when we're putting it on the mill table, and drilled and tapped a 1/4 inch hole in the center to hold that block in place. And that block was here somewhere. I had it. There it is right there. So that's the block that we milled there, and it fits right into that slot there. Of course it's countersunk there, so that's for a 1/4 inch block there, a 1/4 inch bolt at least, and then it keys down into the slot, and then you got a little wiggle room, but this isn't for high speed stuff, so it just support on the end. It doesn't have to, but we can still tram it in true. It'll wiggle a little bit. Then we drilled a hole through here, lined up. We trammed it on the side where we normally would, and then we drilled a hole through here and took it out to 5/8 and finished it with a we drilled it to 7/16 and finished it with a 5/8 end mill so that it's nice and straight. And then directly above that we drilled a 2-inch deep hole that we're well backlit there, so we probably can't see anything, but that hole there is 1/4 28 fine thread 1/4. And the idea is we'll have an adjuster on that, which I did one here, but I screwed it up because I put the wrong threads on it. I put 1/4 20 because I just wasn't thinking, and late in the evening, and brain lost its sharpness, if there ever was any. But anyways, that's the design, so we're going to make another one with the proper thread on it. And then we got this notch in here, and so this will thread in here, and the dead center that'll be coming through here will have a similar ring on the end of it, and then we can put a yoke between them, and then we can adjust it in and out, and we'll have it so we'll have about close to a thread's worth of engagement when we're backed all the way out on this end. We don't really need much, because the only reason we want it is so that when we clamp this down, we don't have to try to slide it up tight to whatever we're using the dead center on. We can just bring it in with this. And then on this end, we're going to put another probably 5/16 hole with a thread and thumb screw on it with a ball bearing in the bottom of it. And when we make the dead center shaft, which we got in the lathe right now, we're going to do up, we're going to put a flat spot on the top of it so that when the set screw goes down into the ball, theoretically the ball shouldn't really divot it, but just in case, we're going to put a flat spot on it so that'll lock it in place, so we can adjust it in with this, turn that thumb screw down, and have it locked in place so it won't vibrate loose with the machining action on whatever part we're going to do. So that takes care of most all of that. We'll try to get some video footage of when we're doing that, and when we get the editing material, we'll knock everything on the floor here. We'll put together a video of it. Anyways, this is the shaft here. Once again, reuse, recycle. That's a tie rod out of a Dodge. One of the long ones runs from the so I think that one is the one that runs from the steering box down to the right hand side, but it might be the one that runs from the right hand side to the left hand side. I don't know. Anyways, that's what it came out of, was one of them long tie rods. They make them out of good steel, make them nice. They make nice hard pieces. You can still machine them, and you can harden them if you want. So that takes care of that. We've been working on this van. This came in last night after hours, actually. I was still here, and the guy was driving by, and I looked out the window and I said, geez, looked like that guy's drive shaft fell out. And a few minutes later, the guy walks in the door and said, my drive shaft fell out. So anyways, we got the parts coming for that, and we'll get it together probably Tuesday, because the parts have to come out of Edmonton. And then the carburetor that we took off, you can see there's a piece missing down here. We have it, but, and actually, it's that piece right there. You see it's been broke off a long time. That's all black. So I took all the bolts out. When I lifted it off, I was like, well, there's still a piece on there. So obviously somebody else either tightened it down crooked or tried to take it off, because somebody's worked on this thing before. Tried to take it off without taking all the bolts off it. And anyways, so we got to fix that. A little bit of aluminum welding, I think. The intake manifold's there. We got to reseal it. Whoever put it together last time. You can see where the seal just ran up along this edge here. It wasn't even in place properly, so there's no wonder the oil was running out the back of it. So anyways, we got to reseal all that. We'll get that tuned in. And now, for the, some people do unboxings, we're going to